Hello everyone, Danny Gill here, and I would like to invite each and every one of you to join me for my next boot camp, which is called Mastering the Modes. Big subject. It's all happening on Saturday, January 14th, and why study the modes? Well, the modes are everywhere, and I think it's really important to be able to develop your ability to hear the modes, to understand where they're coming from, and to be able to apply them in your own playing. You know, there's so many common songs that use the modes. You know, if you take something like a Hendrix song. That's from the E Mixolydian mode. If you take a song like sounds so simple, but those three chords, D, C, and G, belong to D Mixolydian, so it's really common. And a lot of the mistakes that I find people make are that they learn patterns, and they can play the patterns, but maybe they don't really know how to make them sound like the mode they're trying to achieve, or they learn a few licks, but they don't know where to apply that mode. So we talk a little bit about the theory, but it's really going to be hands-on. And during these boot camps, I give you a lot of chord progressions. There's a lot of backing tracks. You'll get a PDF so you can study some things. We can look at things together. And most of all, it's an interactive experience. So we'll be jamming, going back and forth. And we're going to talk about the Dorian mode, the Mixolydian mode, and the Lydian mode. You know, Dorian is very well known for kind of any Santana song. If you have a... Or for my own playing, going way back, I would always play this UFO song. And that mode that's being played there when Michael Schenker goes off for like 20 minutes, he's using the Dorian mode, which is probably the most common minor sounding mode. If you have a minor chord, Dorian is kind of the go-to, so you should be familiar with it. And we're also going to talk about Lydian. So Lydian is very common for Satriani, Vi, but not limited to those two players by any means. But if you have a chord progression like this, two major chords a whole step apart. That's just crying out Lydian. You've got to play Lydian. So I just played an E to an F sharp. I would play E Lydian over those two chords. So there's a lot to get into. It's going to be very interactive. These boot camps have been a lot of fun. So we're just going to keep on rolling along, and I hope you can join me on Saturday, January 14th. I'll see you then.